To the need to know, the who to know, and the how the hell do we do it all. Now, here are your hosts, Lisa Litvag and Angela Sandler.
Hey, 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 St. Louis. It is the second week of July? What date are we
Third.
on?
I think it's the third.
Is it the third?
Yeah.
Do we have 5 weeks this month?
I think so.
I feel like it's 500 weeks.
It's been a long month.
It's been a long week.
Yeah.
What the what? Our guest is over here giggling because she's opening a new business, and we'll introduce her in a second. But yeah, so her life has been like every day, every minute is a year. So which we completely appreciate. So anyway, I'm going to stop saying I got kind of knocked down by a family member who said, "You say a lot. You say
Really?
You say
Really?
Do I say that a lot?
I don't know.
I don't think I do.
I haven't noticed it,
Well,
but that
thank
doesn't
you.
mean
Thank
that you
you.
had don't. I don't know.
You're my biggest cheerleader, so
Always.
yeah, you're going to tell me all the good things about me, right?
Always.
Yay. And I'm on camera today. So guys, if you want to see us, we're on YouTube under Eli. Do you want to tell the people?
So luinfo.com. Angela has her back turned to the camera. She decided, so there she was going away from the camera. And then Lisa and our wonderful guests are fully in screen, but Lou Info on YouTube is where you guys can find that. And as always, if you miss any part of the show, you can either re-watch the live on YouTube, or you can find it on all podcast platforms. That's Spotify, Apple. I've had people tell me they listen on Amazon.
Oh,
So wherever you get your podcasts, they'll be there. I work the show afterwards, so it'll be up by about 1:30. If you missed any of it.
Awesome. Thank you, Eli.
Eli's so awesome. We also have a text line. So if you guys have pressing questions, you're listening to us live and you have pressing questions for our amazing guest or for us, you can text us at 314-590-3770. So let's get started.
Yay.
Woohoo!
Let's
Welcome,
go.
welcome to CoFoundHers. We are we're talking all things. So businesses, startups, females juggling 1,000 different things. What else are we talking about?
Well, today we've got a very special topic on a very special day. So today we're exploring something that's deeply personal to so many women, but often overlooked when it comes to how it feels. And we're talking about breast health.
Our guest today is reimagining what that care looks like and feels like. Ladies, if anybody has ever had a mammogram, we all know what that feels like. Our guest, Dr. Tish Singer, is redoing all of it. Let me just tell you, it is incredible. It's pain-free. It's compression-free. There's different modalities. She actually talks to you. What? Huh? So we're so excited to have her.
So our guest today is Dr. Tish Singer from Shiro Imaging. She is a board-certified diagnostic radiologist that specializes in breast imaging and is the founder of Shiro Imaging, a brand new concierge breast imaging center built around one goal: making women feel seen, safe, and supported. And here is the really exciting part, is that Shiro Imaging officially opens to the public today. And we are so excited to have Tish here with us. Welcome.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
So Dr. Singer's medical journey actually started here in St. Louis at St. Louis University's School of Medicine. Took her through residency and fellowship at Brown University. Yes, you heard that right, Brown University, people. She was also serving as chief resident there, which is super impressive. All those very, very smart people. She's one of them. She's led breast imaging departments from East Coast to Midwest. She's training the next generation of radiologists. And now she's back in St. Louis to really, really help add to our community by opening Shiro Imaging.
Tish is also licensed in over 15 states, fluent in every breast imaging technique out there, and is known to say with pride, "Boobs are my life." She's also the founder of Telegram Radiology, and she is bringing Shiro Imaging here to St. Louis. Welcome to the CoFounders. We're so happy to have you.
Yay. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's get started. We've kind of reviewed her resume and all the really special things that make her special credential-wise. But let's talk a little bit about you and what makes you special, Tish Singer.
One of the biggest questions that we always ask here on the CoFounders is starting with your why. you've had an incredible medical career, and really what inspired you to create Shiro Imaging? And was there a specific time or reason that made you realize that you wanted to build something of your own?
Yes. So I've worked in many different healthcare systems. I went to medical school late in life. I love being a doctor, but I found in traditional healthcare that it's getting harder and harder to do that and take care of women the way that I want to take care of women. And so I thought about how I could make things better. And part of that is stepping away from traditional large healthcare systems and establishing something on my own that I have control of. And so I can take care of patients the way that I want to and the way that they need to be taken care of.
Well, so will you describe that for us? So one of the things that I think, if we have men that are out there listening, they probably don't really understand the process of breast radiology and imaging for breast care. Can you just kind of explain a little bit about what that practice is and what you guys do in large and small settings?
Sure. So I'm a breast radiologist, meaning I do anything boobs. And most women,
Boobs are her life.
boobs are so my life. So most women start screening mammograms, or they should, everybody, at age 40 every single year.
You hear that, ladies? Come
Age
on.
40.
Age 40
Don't
every
put
year.
it off.
Don't skip any years. I'm the person that reads those mammograms. And as many women know, you often get called back from those mammograms for additional views if we're worried about something. Sometimes after that, you need to get a biopsy. And what I was noticing in traditional healthcare systems is that it could take up to 3 to 6 months to get through the whole process from screening mammogram to cancer diagnosis. And it's too long.
That's a long time.
It's too long. It's too
So-
long.
So you're saying that if somebody went and got a mammogram, it is conceivable that it would take them 6 months before they would actually know that they have a cancer diagnosis?
It could be anywhere from 3 to 6 months, depending on scheduling. And
That's
I just
crazy.
think it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
It
And
really is.
I firmly believe if this was somebody's penis, that we would have
You're so
those
right.
answers within a couple of weeks.
You're so right.
We don't do enough to take care of women in this country. We haven't started studying women's health care until the last decade, and we can do better.
Yeah, I 100% agree. That is shocking. I'm kind of stunned by that.
Well,
still.
yeah. And I think that with Shiro Imaging, Tish, maybe you can talk a little bit about how you're planning on changing the whole scope of what it traditionally looks like to go get a mammogram from your hospital system compared to what you're going to have at Shiro Imaging.
Yeah, because I can tell you the last time I had a mammogram, maybe you just had a mammogram too.
Yeah, I did.
Before Tish opened her business.
Right.
And maybe you can describe your experience, and then let's have Tish talk to us a little bit about how
Yeah.
she's going to differentiate it.
Bro, I came with a notebook and notes and going to be writing a case
I
study
love
for
that.
it. But no, I mean, it was just a very sterile experience. And to walk into the facility, so many people just
Mhm.
like crowded in there and just kind of waiting for that time to be called. And then when you go back, it's just very sterile and no one had a personality. No one kind of was shepherding you through the process in a way. And if you do get called back, which I have been before, it's scary and you don't really know what's happening. And that's why, compared to Shiro, it's just a world of difference.
Yeah. So Tish, tell us a little bit about how you're making it different. What are you seeing that you're implementing at Shiro Imaging that's going to change what Angela just experienced 6 months ago?
So a couple of things. So personalized care is super important to me. So when you walk into Shiro, you're not walking into a healthcare facility that's sterile and, with the gray walls and maybe like a pink ribbon on the wall. You're walking into a spa-like environment. I want this to be a less stressful experience for women. This is not something, I call myself to my patients a boob dentist. People don't want to come get a mammogram, and I want to make a more comfortable, pleasant experience. So you'll come into the spa-like environment. You'll get your mammogram, and most importantly, you will get your results from me. You will see my face. I will talk to you. If you need additional imaging, it will happen that day.
That's incredible. Hey, we have a quick text message question. So hold on for 1 second.
Ooh.
So from the 401, we have Emma has 2 questions for us here.
Emma.
And so the first one, Dr. Singer, did you face any particular challenges when opening your clinic as a woman in both business and medicine?
It's
Good
not-
question,
Yeah,
Emma.
That's a great question. So Listen, it's not easy being a woman in primarily radiology is a very men-led field. Only 25% of radiologists are women. So I'm used to working with almost all men.
Wow.
And that's been very challenging. And I've been told by multiple radiologists in town and other doctors that this will never succeed and I won't be able to do it. And
You
I'm
actually
going
had
to.
people tell you that it would not succeed.
For sure, but I've been used to that my entire life. People told me I'd never get into med school. People told me that I would never be able to finish med school with 3 kids. I was told that, residency was going to kill me. I'm used to that. And it kind of inspires me to do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What was the second half of Emma's question?
And then I'd imagine this is one that we were going to get to at some point, but Emma kind of beat us to the punch. What are some common myths or misconceptions about mammograms and breast imaging?
Oh,
that's a good one.
really good
It's
question.
a really great one. A couple of myths. One is that they're really painful. I will say that for some women, they're really painful. For some women, they have no pain at all. We have the latest technology at Shiro where women actually get a remote control to control their own compression for regular traditional mammograms. I want to give power back to women. I don't like feeling helpless and out of control. And one of the things I noticed in traditional healthcare is that you have all the power taken away from you, and I want to give some of that back. Additionally, we have new technology, our breast CT, which is essentially a painless mammogram.
People, this is
That's
the
huge.
queen bee. So I'm just going to take a second to brag on this. So Dr. Singer brought this technology to Missouri. It's the very first non-compression technology that takes breast imaging like a CT MRI or like an MRI, not a CT or MRI. Yeah. So go ahead, describe it. It's awesome.
She's a queen. It's called the Vera Breast CT. She's my queen. She's amazing. Essentially, you get on a table, you lay on your tummy, your breast goes through a hole in the table. No hands are touching you. We're not squishing your breast. 7 seconds, we get a view of one breast. Another 7 seconds, you put the other breast in the hole. 7 seconds, 14 seconds, we have a complete 360-degree view of both breasts. The images are amazing. I think that they're actually better than traditional mammography. I think this is the wave of the future, and I'm so excited to be able to bring it to St. Louis.
Yeah, and I will tell you, we've been working, Tish is one of our marketing clients as well, and we've been working with her, and we have been getting so much feedback from the community about how excited they are that they can't believe that St. Louis is getting this technology. So where else can you find this?
There are only a couple of sites all over the country. There's one in New York City. They're mostly on the coast right now. So we've got New York, we've got Florida, we've got California.
So wait, we have something before Chicago has it? Is it possible?
I think I'm before Chicago.
What?
Yeah, I think I'm before Chicago.
Oh my gosh, and before Nashville?
I think we might be at the same time as Nashville. I think that they just got something, but same time.
But
Here
first,
we go.
first in Missouri, that's huge.
It's huge.
And that is something, too, that people, I believe, will come to St. Louis for, that they'll travel in to be able to get this type of technology, especially, I would think, if you have a family history or you have a reason to be concerned.
For sure. And I think also women are just tired of, being told that you have to go get your boobs pancaked and be really uncomfortable and have this really terrible experience. I think they want to try new things, and I'm up for trying new things. And again, in traditional healthcare, it's really hard to do new things.
Yeah.
It takes years and years and years to be able to get that technology.
Lots of money.
It does take money, unfortunately.
It's a very unfortunate situation. And one of the things that I do want to dig into a little bit later is Dr. Singer does a lot of work with underprivileged, underserved populations. I shouldn't say underprivileged, underserved populations.
Yes.
So I want to talk a little bit about that later because I think it's really important for people to understand and kind of know you as a human being and kind of your genesis to this place, which is, as I see it, knowing you now is, you want to up every single care opportunity for females, like bring them the best.
I do. I think women deserve a lot more than what we're given. And I think to get those things, we all have to step up and try to make those things happen. And I want to do my part to do that. I think every woman should be able to get breast imaging that is comfortable for her. And every woman should take control of their own health. And however that needs to be done and however she wants to do that.
Love that.
I love that too. And it also breaks down the barrier. If it's painless, then people will be more enticed to go keep up with their health as well, because it's not such a negative to be able to have to do that.
Well, and one of the things that we've been talking about too a lot, and I've had several, this boobs have been my life for the last few months, but we've had a lot of conversations around breast care in trying to normalize these conversations because people don't want to talk about it. I was talking to one gal yesterday who is Latin, and she said her community just doesn't talk about this at all. And do you experience that in with your patient?
Very much so. So women are very private about their breast health. I have noticed recently, I'm a huge Call Her Daddy fan. I don't know if anybody is familiar with Alex Cooper. And one of the things I love about her most is that she normalizes talking about our bodies and talking about our health and talking about things that are particular to women. And part of my mission is to make this stuff more normal.
Yeah.
You know, I do say boobs are my life. It's okay to talk about your breasts.
Right.
You know, for me as a doctor, looking at your breasts is no different than like looking at your arm or your leg. You know,
Right.
it's a body part to me, and we need to take care of all parts of our body.
Agree.
100%.
Yeah.
No, I love that. And I love the fact that you're really pushing St. Louis forward and putting it on the map, and in a city that doesn't traditionally get everything, like Lisa was saying, so soon. It's
So
nice to be
exciting.
able to kind of be a beacon for women's health care.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
just from working with you, we've seen so many different stories of just people that have called or messaged, and they're really anxious about things, and anxiety is a huge part of that. And when you have to wait to get a result that lasts, 3
Mhm.
weeks to process, to even get back in to look at something that might be questionable, I love the fact that you're making it easy and reducing the anxiety of that. And can you talk a little bit about that, about how the center really prioritizes your health, and how you have brought an emphasis and a quickness to being able to get what you need to get done?
Same day.
Yeah, I get my own mammograms as well, and every time I go, I think like this could be it for me. I have a strong family history of breast cancer. Every single one of my maternal and paternal relatives has died of some sort of cancer, so I'm high risk. So I know every time I go, I'm thinking like this is it for me. All women that come to see me feel the same way, and when you're told, in traditional healthcare, you get a screening mammogram and you have to get the results in 30 days. And most of the time you get that in a letter that comes to you. It comes in the mail or it comes over your chart. So you may get that letter in 21 days. So you're waiting 21 days to get your mammogram result. And then you find out that mammogram's abnormal. At that point, then you have to call. You've got to get another appointment. Most of the time it's 3 to 6 weeks, sometimes longer to get that appointment. You go to that appointment, you find out that maybe it's okay, maybe it's not. You need a biopsy. You got another probably 1 to 3 weeks to wait for that biopsy. And then after that, you wait for the results. We're doing that all in the same day. And you will walk in my door, and if you have a cancer diagnosis, you're going to get it within that week. And that gets you to where you need to go.
That's
amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I mean, but when we're talking about health for the whole body, you're also talking about mental health. And I think that that's one of the things that you're really helping save is just the anxiety that women have to go through. And I think it goes into the negative feel of going to get a mammogram, because you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm going now, but this could go on for however long. And being one of those people that's had an abnormal one come back, it just plays in your head over and over and over again. And it really affects every part of your life. So to be able to have an opportunity to go in and get that taken care of right away is huge.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. No woman should have to go to bed every night for, 3 weeks thinking like, is this it? Is this it? Am I going to have to go get a wig? Am I going to die? Am I going to leave my little kids behind? Am I
Right.
going to leave my big kids? You should have answers.
Yeah.
And we can do better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's, one of the things that I think, we everybody bags on these younger generations, but what they have really opened my eyes personally to is we can do better. Just because we've been doing it forever the one way doesn't mean it can't be better. Like that's the thing that always kind of trips me up. It's like, why aren't we doing better? It's there. We know that that technology is there or that knowledge is there, why are we not doing better? Well, because it's always been that way, and it's very hard to turn systems around, especially when it's a large hospital system that's tied to insurance.
Oh, I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say about
Yeah.
health insurance. A lot to say, and
Yeah, we probably don't have enough time.
you don't have enough
today
time to listen
hear
to my
all
diatribe
the-
about health insurance. But I can tell you, I've been on a journey, a personal journey with my own health insurance, just to determine.
Yes, describe this, because I think this is something that our listeners would want to maybe try out themselves.
Yeah. So in the past year, since I decided I'm doing this, I have tried not using my health insurance for multiple encounters in the healthcare system, also for getting my prescriptions. And what I'm finding is it's cheaper not to use my insurance a lot of the time. All of my medications are cheaper when, you say you're not using your insurance. They say, oh, we've got this discount card you can use. And instead of paying $40, I'm paying $15. And when I go to doctor's appointments, I'm seeing the medical bills come in for thousands of dollars through my insurance, but then I'm getting billed for a couple of $100s. Then when I ask to be self-pay, it's like $200.
Yeah.
So what I want to know in the healthcare system, and I don't even have all the answers to this, is how much do things really cost? And the answer is we don't know.
Right.
We
right.
don't know.
And does it, one of the things that I always wonder about is it one price if you're not insured and another price if you are insured?
The answer is yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually
That's shocking.
Both you and Angela could walk in for the same mammogram to a healthcare facility. You have one insurance, she has another. You both are paying different prices for that mammogram because the health insurance companies have negotiated a certain rate with the healthcare company. So you may be paying, $500. She may be paying $750. Who knows?
Wow. That's shocking.
It's shocking, and
It's disappointing.
it's so disappointing. Healthcare, I think, was never meant to be what it is now. And I do like that I see people starting to realize that healthcare is not all it's cracked up to be. And maybe, they don't have your best interests at heart.
Right.
Perhaps.
Right. Well, or that it's just so large and they've put so many Band-Aids in place to fix small things that now it's just completely out of control.
For sure.
And doesn't serve like the individual anymore. It
For
serves
sure.
the big.
But this is what happens when you have a for-profit medical system. And this is a for-profit medical care and for-profit insurance. I mean, essentially all insurance companies, they want to make money.
Right. Of course.
And that doesn't go with the values that I have as a physician.
Right.
As a physician, I want to help people and I want to take care of them. And frankly, I don't really care how much it costs to do that. I just want to get it done.
Right. Well, and make the right decisions, not based on what the insurance is going to cover.
Correct.
Like how many times, I don't know about you, Angela, but how many times I've had to make decisions around medication because of how much insurance is covering and that sort of thing. And I know our listeners are feeling the same pains. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
it's a universal issue. This is not a me issue, but
No.
it's a lot.
It's bubbling up right now. I mean, I think that for everything that we've seen in the press, even over the last, how long has it been now? 8 months, 9 months or so? People's eyes are open and they're paying attention. And I know just in my circle, I've seen so many people go to concierge because it's just a better fit for them.
Yeah.
It's a better fit. And then the transparency is huge. Healthcare is the only thing that you walk into where you have no idea actually what you're going to pay or how much you're going to be charged. And you kind of sign the thing saying that you're going to pay. And then it's a shocker afterwards. Like you don't go in and get a facial. You don't go in and,
You're
buy
so
groceries.
right. You're so right.
You don't buy groceries and then find out that like the groceries are a certain amount for you and they're different for Angela and Angela's going to pay a slightly different price because she has a different sort of arrangement. It's crazy.
That is nuts.
It makes zero
I never
sense.
thought about it like that. That's totally what it is. Oh my gosh.
It is beyond.
Yeah.
It's very, and I can feel as these families, particularly people that are listening, that how do you budget for that?
On that note, listeners, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back to talk a little bit more about this topic.
This hour of content on the Lou Information Station is brought to you by Grandpa Pigeons, Johnny Mac's Sporting Goods, and Becky's Carpet and Tile Superstore.
Hey, see that, kids? That's the St. Louis Arch, the gateway to the west.
The Lou Information Station, where we'll always call it Highway 40, or highway party if you're a boomer.
St. Louis expression?
Stream our content 24/7 at luinfo.com. The Lou Information Station.
You've been strong for everyone else, but let me ask you, who is strong for you? I am Jennifer Bardot, radio personality, author, and publisher, and the founder of Grit Association, which stands for Growth, Resilience, Intention, and Tenacity. What is grit? Grit is a movement, a sisterhood, a space where ambitious women grow, lead, and thrive. This isn't just leadership. This is transformation. Grit is your circle of fire, where comfort zones get shattered, where stories become power, and the next level becomes your new normal. From our 7 international anthologies that elevate women's voices to my radio show, Elevate and Lead, on the Lou Information Station, everything we do is about your rising, your voice, your power, your people. Are you ready? Join Grit. For more information, visit mygritcommunity.com. That's mygritcommunity.com.
Lunchtime just got a whole lot better at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. From mouth-watering wraps to loaded quesadillas to bold, flavor-packed sandwiches, Hot Shots has something fresh every single day, along with your favorite wings, burgers, and pizza that you know and love. And don't sleep on those Hot Shots tacos. Plus, if you gotta be in and out quick for lunch, Hot Shots has you covered every day starting at 11 a.m. Find your nearest Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill now at hotshotsnet.com. That's hotshotsnet.com.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. I'm Jared Sorello. A McDonald's worker in Belleville is in custody after police say she shot 2 people inside the restaurant where she works. Authorities said the shooting happened Wednesday at the store on South Belt East shortly before 5 p.m. A new study shows a link between increased cancer rates and St. Louis County's Coldwater Creek. According to a Harvard study of thousands of baby teeth collected between 1959 and 1970, those who lived near the creek were about 40% more likely to develop cancer during their lifetime. A man accused of breaking windows at a learning center in St. Louis on several occasions. Police said 43-year-old Timothy Malone was seen on surveillance video shattering windows at the Thomas Dunn Learning Center, causing hundreds of dollars in damage. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at luinfo.com. I'm Jared Sorello.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We'll have a chance of showers and a few afternoon thunderstorms over the next few days. Mix of sunshine and clouds, and we're in the upper 80s for the afternoon high and scattered showers. Some showers overnight, low 70s, and then we're in the upper 80s again on Friday. It'll be a cloudy day, showers and thunderstorms, pretty good possibility. Hot and humid with a few showers over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at luinfo.com.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Brown and Crouppen, we get that after an accident, money's tight. That's why we offer so much for free. First call, free. First consultation, free. Stuck at home or in the hospital, we'll come to you for free. So call Brown and Crouppen, where we don't get paid unless you do. And your first consultation is free.
You've seen it. Brand new. Are you online?
Oh, hey. Oh, so you're new here.
All right, let's get cracking.
Okay, then maybe you should check out our website.
You're insane.
Well, you download songs illegally from the internet.
LouInfo.com. The Lou Information Station. 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
Our origin story begins.
Back to more of CoFoundHers with Lisa Litvag and Angela Sandler on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at LouInfo.com.
Hey, friends. We're back with Dr. Tish Singer of Shiro Imaging. Woohoo! Yay! We just had a very lively conversation about insurance. And we actually went into break and spent the last 5 minutes talking about insurance and talking about all the things. So just to wrap that up, Dr. Singer shared with us that she did an experiment over the last year where she was actually trying to not use her insurance and has found that in a lot of places, and Angela can chime in here, but in a lot of places, both of them have experienced less cost around their health care.
Definitely.
About it.
Yeah. I mean, I know just from my own personal, I go to a more of a boutique doctor, but they bill me every month.
Yeah.
And I have as many meetings with the doctor as I want.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get charged anything extra.
Yeah.
And I get real care
Yeah.
because it's not on the clock. It's like literally they're making sure that you're being taken care of. And I see many similarities to Shiro and what Shiro Imaging is building.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm tired of calling healthcare facilities and going through 10 phone trees. I have to select, 6 different buttons. Then I get to a place I can leave a message and somebody calls me back just to do some intake information. I want people just to be able to call, have a person answer the phone, talk to them, answer their questions, get them taken care of.
Love, love, love all things about that. Well, so the other thing that we brought up, Eli is a much younger, he's our producer, by the way. He's younger than me. And I just said, you're the generation that's going to change this. And Dr. Singer agrees. And she also has children, by the way, 5 of them. She is a mom. Talk to us a little bit about your kids and what, kind of how they're feeling about everything and where they're at in life.
So I have literally a litter of children. So they range.
I'm sure they love being called that too.
Yeah, they do. They range from 25 to 3.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I've got both ends of the spectrum, but I learned so much from my 23 and 25-year-olds. I guess we would call them Gen Z. I'm not sure. I think they're on the cusp of something else.
We went through this a few weeks ago.
Yeah, because it was when we had Remy on. Because I'm 23 as well. I'm Generation Z, and I think the older Gen Zs are pushing 30 now, if I remember correctly. Because I think it's 1995. So I think so there are some Gen Z that are turning 30 this year.
Yeah, so they're Gen Z, and a lot of people bag on Gen Z, but I'm a huge fan. I have learned so much from my kids about things that I didn't know anything about. I was taught growing up, I'm Gen X. I was taught growing up that I should be quiet, that I shouldn't make any waves, that I should get with the program, stand in the corner, don't try to be the wallpaper and not make any noise. And Gen Z doesn't do that. They push back on practices. They actually try to change things. And I love that about them. I'm inspired by them.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. I came up in business being being told one of 2 things. Either you're really quiet or you're the bitch in the room.
Yeah.
So it's one of the 2. You choose your lane, and I chose the latter. And really kind of became a person that I wasn't really happy about for a lot of years, but I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah. And I just think that they have a better perspective about things like that. Like being a woman, you don't have to be quiet or bitch. You can actually be a person and have opinions and be assertive. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think this generation, they know what's going on. They get it.
And that's great because they're going to help change and make a lot of different changes in our society, which is wonderful.
We need them.
Yeah. I think they're pushing us to be better. And, we see it with our younger employees and, people that are around us in business. And it's, we always say we learn more from the interns that we bring in the summer. We learn so much from them. The soft skills, by the way. You know,
But
all
the
those
soft skills are really important. They're
Mhm.
really, really, really
Yeah.
important. You know, I love watching how they communicate. They communicate in a different way that we don't.
Yeah.
And I like trying to understand it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they inspire me.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, I'd like to talk to Tish a little bit about her journey because
Yes.
I've known Tish for 12 years or so.
yeah.
We were neighbors for a short amount of time. And I just personally was always so inspired by Tish and about how she went ahead and picked up the family and moved from St. Louis to go to Brown and then came back and then had 2 more kids. And I've always just been so impressed by the fact that you're a real go-getter and you don't let societal expectations or norms stop you from things. And I'd love to know just kind of like your mindset over the past like 15 years or so from growing up with, you know, having your oldest kids and helping them through elementary school, getting them up to high school, up to college, and then circling around again and doing it again, doing it all over, but also doing some really cool stuff during that time, from being a resident and going to med school and now being an entrepreneur, opening 2 different companies. And I'd love to kind of hear from behind the scenes of what
The
your goals have
challenges, the
been
goals.
throughout that whole process.
Love that.
My goals have really changed with time. I'll be honest and say that I was brought up in a very traditional household where
Did you grow up in Missouri?
I did not. I grew
Okay.
up in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
So I'm an East Coast girl, but I
Got it.
grew up in a family where traditional gender roles were very important. And I was essentially told that my purpose in life was to raise children. And so when I was in my 20s, I wanted to go to med school, but then I had my babies and I loved my babies so much. I wanted to spend time with them and it was amazing. But at some point I realized that I had given up a huge part of who I was and that I didn't know how to get it back. And I realized that to get it back, I actually had to try to be who I was outside of being a mom. I'm always a mom and it's my favorite job, but I can do other things too. And so I let myself think about going to medical school. I went and then I started leaning into all of those things and I started realizing it's okay to pursue my goals and dreams and passions. I can be both.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be one or the other, which
Right.
is, you know, unfortunately we are conditioned that way. It's one or the other.
Yeah. And again, like, I don't think I'm killing it in, you know, the mom game or in the business game. You can't do everything.
You are.
I feel like you can't be perfect in everything, but you simply, you know, sometimes I'm doing great in my momming and sometimes I'm doing amazing in my business. It's hard to balance all of those things together, but I realized watching my daughter. So when I had my daughter, things changed for me. I realized I wanted to practice what I preached. You know, I believe in women and I believe in all the amazing things that we can do, but to be a model for her, I actually had to do those things instead of just talking about them. And she still inspires me every single day.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I think that our kids, they do change us in so many ways. You know, each child that you rear up, whatever, just kind of makes you the human that you are as a grown adult. I think that we are somebody at 20 and it just completely changes.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And, you know, I thought around 25 or 30, I was confused about who I actually was.
Right.
And luckily, as I've gotten older, I'm leaning into, I think this is always who I was.
Yeah.
I just didn't know it. And I figured it out.
Isn't it surprising that you really don't even realize that? I mean, how old were you when you actually discovered who you were? Do you think? Estimate.
I think I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm still working on it.
How about you, Angela?
Oh, still every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. And I think that's one thing I want to emphasize to my bigger kids. It's okay. You don't have all the answers right now. You don't have to be a complete, person at this point.
Mhm.
You're going to figure it out along the way. And you know what? It may take me until I'm, God willing, 92 years old to figure it all out. And that's okay.
Yeah, I agree.
And isn't that the way it should be? Like, you should always, in my opinion, always be striving to be learning something and to be challenging yourself. And the second that you don't, you just kind of are there. You're
Yeah.
just stagnant. And
Mhm.
isn't the beauty of life constantly
The curiosity.
and
Yeah.
the learning of new things and putting
Yeah.
ourselves in positions to be able to experience new things?
Yeah.
It is. And, doing what I do, I talk to women every day who might have a slightly decreased life expectancy. I give
Mhm.
people bad news. And I always think today could change the rest of my life the way that it is. We never know when our time is up. And you may as well live life the way that you want to live it. And you can't keep putting off things in the future, saying like, I'll get to it. You need to just do it because you don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's hard. I think it's, we are conditioned again to do things a certain way.
Yes.
And it is hard to let go of those conceptions or misconceptions in this case, but it's hard to let that go.
It's really hard. They're deeply ingrained. I
Mhm.
still fight my feelings about what I should be doing and how I should be doing it. And I think as women, most of us do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so much of it is biological too. It's
Yeah.
almost so ingrained that we don't even know that it's there.
That we're doing it.
Yeah.
Well, it's the whole thing of imposter syndrome. How many men do you know that have imposter? Do they even know what
Zero.
it means? Oh,
Oh,
Eli
good.
just
Eli.
raised his hand. He is experiencing imposter
I think
syndrome.
a lot of that is also being 23 years old, trying to figure out where my place is
Yeah.
in my quote unquote adult life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
yeah,
and
no,
that
I
is-
know exactly where you're coming from with that.
That's legitimate. I think that there's a different definition of imposter syndrome as a 23-year-old versus a 50-year-old.
Yeah, I still have
It's-
terrible imposter syndrome.
Mhm.
And I'm on a lot of, groups with a lot of other physician women. And it is so common in physician women. I think it's hard to balance all of the things that you're supposed to balance, although the things that you're supposed to balance are things we don't really even talk about as a society.
Mhm.
We're built differently and we have different needs, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been until really the past, couple decades or so that people have even talked about it.
Yeah. Or
Correct.
giving
Yeah.
you permission to have those thoughts.
Right.
Right. I mean, it's like we've always been waiting for the permission to have those thoughts and to pursue those pursuits. Oh man. We
Yeah,
have a
things
lot
are
of- long
things
way
are
to go.
changing though, and I love that they're changing and we're evolving, and I think we will continue to do so. And it makes me excited, it makes me happy, and I always think to myself when I get frustrated about the way things are, and what I see as barriers, that hopefully I can break some of them so that my daughter can have an easier time of it. That's my goal.
Totally.
I love that. That's a beautiful mission.
Yeah, thank you.
Excellent.
Great. Well, I think we're going to transition into our my favorite segment is rapid fire.
Woohoo.
All right. Are you
All right, we're gonna
ready?
have some
Tish?
fun.
Bring it on.
Okay. This is the lightning round.
Okay.
Okay. Question number 1. What's your go-to way to decompress after a long work day?
Watching reality TV.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Favorite show?
I do love Housewives. I love Myself the Valley. A little Love After Lockup.
Love After Lockup.
Yeah.
I haven't even heard of this one.
I know.
Oh, let me tell you, want to feel better, you watch Love After Lockup. You want to feel good.
Okay.
That sounds real good to me.
Yeah, reality TV.
When you binge, how many shows do you binge at a time?
Not a lot. So for me, when I get into bed, maybe like half a show a night. My dream would be to sit and binge a lot more than that. but-
Yeah. We
All right.
all do.
Favorite housewife. I'm jumping in here. I'm doing a 1A.
Yeah.
Favorite housewife.
Lisa Barlow, Salt Lake City.
Oh, so you're watching the Salt Lake City one. Okay.
I mean, I watch a lot of them,
Okay.
but Salt Lake is one of my favorites.
Okay, what makes her your favorite? Is she spicy?
I think not so much spicy. It's just that she's not self-aware at all, and I love watching people. And I think that's why I like watching reality TV. There's so many people that have no idea how they come off to other people, and it's for me that's gold.
That's awesome.
That is
It's
awesome.
gold.
It
That's
is gold.
That's awesome. One myth about breast health that you want to bust right now.
One myth about breast health. Oh, let's see. That boobs are meant for men. Boobs. Your boobs are yours. Your boobs are yours. Your boobs have a function. You get to feed your children with them. Your boobs are yours to feel good about, and they're yours.
Mm-hmm.
Love
Yeah.
that.
And to
That's great.
fit in clothes and make you feel good when
Yeah.
you fit in those clothes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And I support women whatever they want to do. You want to get nipple rings. Great.
Right.
You want breast implants.
Right.
Great. Like whatever you want, you do.
And isn't it surprising how it's changed over the years? Like it's small, big, small.
Yes.
It's back to small again,
It's back
isn't
to
it?
small again. Yeah, for sure. And I think either are fine.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Whatever your choice is.
Whatever you want.
You can
Perfect.
choose, ladies.
You
We're
can choose.
giving you permission.
You can choose.
Favorite thing about being your own boss?
Not having to answer to someone who doesn't know or understand what I do, trying to tell me how to do it.
Oh,
that's a good one.
That
Mhm.
sounds like that's got background that maybe we'll dig in off camera.
We've got a lot of background for that.
Yeah.
A lot of background.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of times, isn't that most entrepreneurs? That's kind of an inspiration for all of us, is that we're tired of people telling us how to do things and when to do them. And
Yeah.
we just want control.
Yes,
100%.
for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Love that.
Okay, podcast or book that you love?
Podcast. I mean, I will say I love a Jeff Lewis Live. I'm a Call Her Daddy fan. I love a good podcast. I listen to them all day long.
And CoFoundHers.
And CoFoundHers, of
I
course.
mean, duh.
Of course.
Duh.
Books, I am an avid reader. I love to read. And I sort of have a book obsession. It would be hard for me to say one book that I liked, but I like a good, like right now I'm reading a Riley Sager book. It's like a, thriller sort of
I was
thing.
going to say,
like
what
a good
genre?
thriller.
Do you like a thriller?
I like thrillers. I like,
Same.
women's literature. So,
Mhm.
I like a good, Jenna's book club
Yeah.
or Reese Witherspoon's book club.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I like reading everything.
That's great.
Awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, the quote, boobs are my life. When did you first say it?
I first said it somewhere in residency. One thing that I'm kind of obsessed with is that people are so uncomfortable with names for body parts. People, have different names like, my tatas, my tits, and different names for the vagina. I can't even tell you all the different names that people have. I just feel like we need to normalize things. And I think boobs are comfortable.
Yeah, boobs are comfortable.
Breasts are very clinical. Boobs are comfortable.
And tits feel a little
Tits
crass.
feel a little duty.
It feels a little crass and duty.
Feels a little broy.
Little bro. Yeah. I like boobs.
Yeah, I love boobs.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I do. Yep.
That is literally going to be our soundbite. I like boobs.
Yeah.
I love boobs.
I love boobs. Yeah. Who shouldn't?
Who shouldn't? Of course.
I love that
Every man that's listening to this, the three
They're like
husbands,
under the table.
the
They're like
three
under the
husbands
table.
are like, yes.
Mine's
yes,
cringing.
they do.
That's amazing.
That's
Okay, last
awesome.
question. What are you most looking forward to in the next year?
I'm looking forward to being able to see patients again. So I've been working telemammography for the last year, meaning I'm in my basement. And yesterday was the first time I actually had people start coming through Shiro and getting to go down and talk to people again and hug people and give them good news. I love giving good news. It's the best thing ever. And I'm so energized to be able to do it again.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Really.
Can you tell us a little bit about where Shiro Imaging is located and the best way to go ahead and get in touch with you?
Yes. So Shiro, we are located right near the intersection of Ladue and Lindbergh. We're at 227 North Lindbergh, a big white building. Best way to get a hold of us, our phone number is 314-828-BOOBS or 314-828-2662. Our website is www.shiroimaging.com.
Yeah, and I also want to bring to our listeners' attention that Dr. Singer does not just have one business. She's got two businesses. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your other business? Because I
Sure.
really love the mission behind that other business too.
So Telegram is my baby. It's my first business, and it is a telemammography company, meaning I read mammograms for women all over the country. And
you guys should see where she does this. It's literally, it looks like mission control.
Yeah, it does.
It is crazy.
It does. It's crazy. But one of the things Telegram does is I read for like 80 different Native American reservations. I read for prison systems. I read for buses that go around New York City that stop at churches and other places that women are located to give better access to care. And that feeds me. I love taking care of women who can't get into the traditional healthcare systems and they need somebody. And I like to be that person. So it makes me happy.
That's awesome. How many films a day do you think you read? I mean, because that's a big workload with the Telegram stuff?
Yeah, probably. Definitely a couple hundred mammograms
That's
a day.
crazy.
The boobs really are my life. I look
Yeah.
at them all day long.
Yeah.
But it actually keeps me on top of my game because I'm looking at large volumes of imaging, so I know what cancer looks like, and I know when it's really tiny, and
you can see it right away.
For me, it's a skill that I've honed over time.
That's
and
awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And how did you? So you started Telegram how many years ago?
I started Telegram about a year and a half ago, and I actually left my private practice in August of last year. So I'm coming up on a year, and
Okay.
Telegram is doing amazing.
And you just saw a need in the underserved population. I mean, how did you come about wanting to do that?
I just felt like a traditional radiology practice wasn't meeting my needs. I didn't want to sit in the ER and read lots of like x-rays of chests and arms. As I said, like boobs are my thing.
Yeah.
I feel really passionate about it. And a lot of women just don't have access to the care that they need. And they need people like me in places that we are. I mean, I've made a lot of friends doing this, and we're in the trenches in, the Native American reservations and in the prison systems. And those are women that really need us because nobody's taking care of them.
Yeah. And you plan to continue doing Telegram, is right? Telegram fills your cup.
Telegram is a passion of mine.
Yeah.
So Telegram will continue forever. I mean, I love what I'm doing.
That's
and I
awesome.
love being able to reach women that don't normally have access to good health care.
And I know you've talked a little bit about kind of in the future with Shiro being able to do something similar for the St. Louis community. Will you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah. So I would love to start working with foundations in St. Louis that obviously I love the Komen Foundation, Gateway to Hope. I would love to be able to see women in Shiro that really need mammograms that can't afford them, don't have health insurance. I'm your place.
Yeah. You heard it here of St. Louis. You know where to go. You know where to reach out.
It's such a big heart,
Yeah.
and really giving back to people. And it's always great to have a for-profit business that does great work, but it also means so much when you can give back.
So I'm going to remind our listeners, it's Shiro Imaging. It's here in Creve Coeur. It's between Ladue and Clayton, and you can reach them, or you can find them at www.shiroimaging.com. You can call them at 314-828-2662. You'll always talk to a person.
Always talk to a person, and I'm all over social media as well.
Yes.
I have a TikTok, Dr. TT Talks, and Instagram, and all the other things. You can find me.
So find Dr. Singer. If you have a question that you want to shoot her, DM her. She's super accessible, and we have just enjoyed and loved working with you so much over this last year. And we're going to get ready to say goodbye for this week. And thank you so much for being with us today, Dr. Singer.
Thank you to both of you. I could not have done this without you. So you are forever a part of Shiro.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, we feel so blessed and lucky to have been part of the beginning of it. So
Well,
thank you for
you're
that.
Shiro's yourself. I love what you're doing.
Oh, so sweet.
All right, St. Louis, we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your